There's a certain philosophy that only really reveals itself when you spend enough time with a classic car. You don't notice it at first. At first, you're too busy wondering if that noise is normal, or if that smell is new, or if the fuel gauge is lying to you again. But give it a little time, and you start learning something deeper, something you won't find in any manual or workshop guide. Classic cars teach you about the slow lane, not the motorway slow lane. Although, let's be honest, with some classics you're going to be spending a lot of time there too. I mean the slow lane as a way of moving through life, a way of letting things unfold at their own pace, instead of trying to drag them forward like a reluctant alternator bolt. Because classic cars don't do rushing. They don't care how busy you are today. They don't care that you're late for dinner. They live in a world where warming up takes as long as warming up takes. You turn the key, the engine coughs, clears its throat, considers its options, and eventually decides, fine, I'll run today, but only because you asked nicely. And that's where the philosophy begins. In a modern car, you press a button and go. In a classic, you prepare to go. You listen, you pay attention, you learn its moods, you adapt, and somewhere in the middle of that dance, you start realizing how rarely you give anything your full attention anymore. You can't multitask in a classic car. You can't check your phone, adjust a playlist, and send a quick message while flying down the road. The car will simply not allow such nonsense. It asks you, politely, firmly, and occasionally with steam, to be present, hands on the wheel, ears tuned in, eyes on the world, and surprisingly, it feels good. Suddenly you're not rushing, you're not chasing time, you're just there in a moving piece of history, in a moment that can't be hurried. Life stops being a sprint and becomes a gentle roll. Classic cars also teach humility, because nothing reminds you that you're not in control, like a machine built in an era when weatherproofing meant try not to drive in the rain. You can have the perfect plan for the day and your car will respond with, that's adorable. But today we're learning about patience instead. Yet, weirdly, that's where the joy comes from. Not in the breakdowns themselves, we don't have to pretend those are spiritual experiences, but in the way they nudge you into letting go. You can't be in the fast lane when the universe, through your carburetor, is gently suggesting you slow the hell down. And then there's the driving itself, the unhurried steering, the engine note that actually changes when you listen to it. The road you start noticing because you're not flying over it at the speed of regret. Classic cars remind us that slowness isn't laziness, it's clarity. Slowness lets you see the world instead of blur past it. Slowness lets you notice the small things. Slowness makes the journey matter. So yes, old cars leak, squeak, rattle, sulk, and occasionally set fire to themselves. But they also carry a quiet wisdom, a philosophy, a reminder that not everything in life needs to be done faster. Sometimes the best way to get where you're going is to ease into the slow lane, breathe, and let the ride unfold at its own charming, slightly unpredictable pace.